Hello, is it me you're looking for? I went AWOL again. I'm beyond sorry at this point. There's not enough apologies that I can say, but I do have a legitimate reason. Helen, my mother, however you would like to describe her, there's many options out there. I'm not getting into them now. Ended up back in hospital again. It's just getting ridiculous at this point. This attention seeking is not required at Christmas time, and she's been well warned. So, we missed another episode. She did get blamed, she did get in trouble, and she said, "Oh, just tell them about how I ended up in hospital," with the poor me voice and it. Oh, don't feel. Listen, Linda, I'm a busy woman. I can't be running about 24/7. Anyway, all jokes aside, the mother ended up back in hospital. I can't remember if I told you in the last episode we got some not so great news. And then it was was it the day after? The week after? No, it was the week after. She ended up back in hospital. Then she could move forwards a couple of times. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to rack my brains to see how this process went, because this process has been going on for 1.5 years now. Constant. So yes, and then she got kicked out the hospital on Sunday night, I think. Yes, Sunday or Monday, can't remember. Basically, everybody's getting kicked out of the hospitals now because they are rife with this flu bug that's going about, COVID, and all your other respiratory problems. So there's quite a few wards in all hospitals that are closed due to these bugs that are going about. There is ambulances chalked up the streets, like chock-a-block with ambulances up the streets. Sorry, I can't get my words out right, I'm so tired. With people in the ambulances, that's not even people that are in A&E yet, that's people that are waiting to get in A&E and be seen. They're sitting in the back of the ambulance where they're safe, where it's warm, where it's whatever, so that there's less risk for them to catch anything else while they're in there waiting in waiting rooms and whatever. So, we missed an episode. We were trying to catch up with it at the weekend. As you can imagine, I have not stopped. Then I thought, I'll record one yesterday and one today. Didn't happen because, as usual, haven't stopped. So, I may, if I get a free hour tomorrow, well actually I would need a couple hours, I may try and record one in between some work jobs tomorrow. If not, I don't think I'll get a chance to kind of catch up on that missed episode, and then it'll just be next week we do the next episode, and then the following Monday we start the Christmas episodes. So here's my thing. If you would like to be a guest on any of the Christmas episodes, you can be on camera, you can be off camera, entirely up to you. You don't need to record in person, we can do it virtually through Zoom. Then send me a message. If you've got a nice wee story you want to tell, if you've got a story about mental health, a story about life, listen, any stories are welcome. They just have to be true. And if there's other people mentioned in the stories, we can't name names unless they're actually in the recording with us, or we have something where they declare that you can mention them, written or video recorded, something to say that they give permission. So that's that, and that, and that, and that, and that's about that, and everything and that, you know. Listen, the brain's not working today. I've tried to record videos for work today and they have went ridiculously wrong, to the point where I messaged two of my friends and I said, why is this happening today? Like, why are my videos turning out like this? And it's not that they're rubbish videos. They're very funny. Just unfortunately laughing at me because I'm so chaotic today. Don't know what's happening to me. I'm having a no brain day. Let's call it that. Some people would say I have that every day, but they would be lying. I just don't like to show everybody how intelligent I am. Do you ever get that? You don't want people to think you're too intelligent because, I'm not too intelligent, but let's just roll with this one, right? You don't want to let anybody see how intelligent you are because they might abuse your intelligence. Does that make sense? Might use your brain for their purpose. Good juice. Listen, let's not talk about my brain today. So, how are you all? Have you planned your Christmas? If you're celebrating, if you're not celebrating, what do you do instead? Do you just go about your day? I think I asked this question last year. Do you just go about your day as normal? Do you still work? Do you get the day off? Do you have a long lie? Is there anything... People that don't celebrate Christmas, do you still have any kind of rituals that you do on that day because you know that maybe some of your friends might be celebrating, so you maybe don't really hear from them because they're maybe with family? Or do you just have an absolute chill out day because that sounds like heaven to me? It really does. My mum said to me the other day, oh, when you're out shopping today, have a look and see if you see anything nice to wear, and I'll buy it for you for your Christmas if you want to wear it on Christmas Day. Christmas Day? I'll be in my jammies all day. Do you having a laugh? You've known me for 46 years. When was the last time you seen me get dressed up for Christmas? As long as I can get away with it, I stay in my pyjamas the whole of Christmas because it's probably one of the only days I get to do it. And that's my idea of that. That's the best Christmas present you could give me, is let me stay in my pyjamas all day. Just leave me be. I'm going to be busy enough cooking dinner and everything else. But do you know what I was thinking the other day though? Do you know what would be really nice? Obviously not nice for people that might be travelling or whatever else, right? But let's just kid on that nobody's going to be travelling on between Christmas Eve and Christmas night, right? So let's paint a picture. Nobody's travelling. Everybody's just sitting indoors having fun. That sounds like a movie, doesn't it? Just sitting indoors, enjoying Christmas with the family and whatever else, like with your kids or whoever, and you are having nice Christmas. And Christmas night, not Christmas night, Christmas Eve, about 11 o'clock maybe, it starts snowing and it's so nice to look out. Oh, there's Santa over the skies and his sleigh fighting against all the snowballs. I don't know who's throwing snowballs in the sky, but like, go with me. You wake up on Christmas morning, the sky's all bright, but it's white clouds. Does that make sense? There's a sunshine in the sky, but there's white clouds because there's still snow in the sky, and it's all snow. Nobody's even walked on the snow yet. And then when you wake up on Boxing Day, it's all gone because there's no slush, there's no wet, there's just dry grounds. Yeah. How nice does that sound? It's the slushy and the ice that I don't like. See that horrible bit after it's been snowing? And I don't particularly like driving in the snow either. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So, I don't know how long this episode's going to last, whether it'll be the full hour or whether it'll be a shorter one, because I'll be fully honest with you, I'm not prepared. I even forgot it was Wednesday. So apologies in advance. But I actually thought, do you know what, I could use that semi to my advantage in a sense. I don't know if it's my advantage. I'm going to use this episode just to kind of throw out there about when life throws you curveballs, because obviously I've had quite a few curveballs thrown. We'll not say it was life, we'll say it was Helen that done it, right? She's thrown all these curveballs where she keeps ending up in hospital. Life throws you curveballs. Instead of going into a blind panic and think, oh my god, I can't do this, or oh, I can't do that. What's the worst thing that's going to happen if you can't do something? So say, for example, like for me example, right? I know there will be stuff out there that there will be repercussions, right? So let's just put that aside. Let's talk about things that aren't going to have major repercussions. So, for example, I couldn't do the podcast last week. I mean, I could have, but it means I wouldn't have been able to do something else, or I wouldn't have slept, and I didn't sleep anyway. Listen, I've lost about £10. I wish you could see it because I can't see it, but the scales tell me I've lost about £10 just purely be running about after everybody. So yeah, initially I thought, oh my god, Plain Panic, it's Wednesday, I need to record. Oh, it's not went out. Oh, what's the worst thing that's going to happen because I never put my podcast out? Well, some of you might be disappointed, some of you might be happy that it didn't go out. I don't know. Let's just play that one by ear. Some people might miss it, but it's not gone forever. It just means that I either need to play catch up or I miss an episode. And it's nobody's going to die because of it. Nobody's losing their job because of it. There's no financial repercussions because of it. My children haven't been affected because of it. So in the grand scheme of things, in comparison to what's actually going on in the world and life just now, it's not a big deal. I get there may be things where it's a necessity. It could be a hospital appointment or something like that, or it could be something to do with your children, maybe their nativity, and they would be absolutely devastated if you didn't go there. And these are the things that you do have to try and make an effort for. Or if your boss is a bit of a see you next Tuesday and is threatening to sack you if you're going to have to phone in sick or whatever else. But listen, there's people out there to help with these things. It's about giving yourself a pep talk. Give yourself a pep talk and maybe list out what is important. What do I need to do today or this week or tomorrow, yesterday in my case, because I'm normally running that fast. I forget what day I'm on. But yeah, give yourself a pep talk. Think what's important. Sometimes it's good to even just give yourself that check-in, whether it be weekly, monthly, 6 monthly, yearly. What's important that's going on at the minute, and is there anything that I can kind of ease off on to give myself a bit of breathing space if you do feel as if there's too much going on in your life. And if you think somebody's going to be disappointed because you can't put your full everything into one particular thing, sit them down and have a chat with them. And you know, if they don't understand that it's affecting potentially your health, your family life, your mental health, your whatever, your work life, your personal life, then that's on them. That's not on you. That's on them for not being empathetic and understanding. There's plenty of people out there who will be understanding, but we do know there's always one, isn't there? Whether it be in the group of friends, whether it be in work, whether it be in school, college, whatever, there's always that one person who is an absolute douchebag. I worked in a call centre quite a few years ago. We had quite a few of them. And one of them learned the hard way from me. So I will not get into what happened that day. My mum did think I was going to lose my job out of it. I didn't really care because I felt as if there was more in my defence than in his. If you get my drift. There was a lot leading up to this point, like a good few months worth. Actually almost a year's worth of stuff leading up to that point. So I did have reason for my actions, we'll just say that. I was defending myself. He maybe not say it like that, but sometimes people don't see their wrongs, do they? They just see what they want. So what was the point to that story? Yeah, there's always somebody who's not going to see things in the same light as others. And sometimes standing up for yourself and maybe, I'm trying to think of the right word to use because it's not forceful, but being adamant, being headstrong, like showing that your words that you are saying mean something, and it's not just you being flippant that you can't do something, or you can't turn up, or you can't whatever. There's always going to be somebody that will try and stand in your way and try and make you feel as if it's your fault and you're doing something wrong, but you just have to remind yourself that you're not, because these people just try and get as much out of you. And is it actually worth your health or your family or whatever else? Yeah, stand up for yourself. Stand up for your love rights. Not actually your love rights, just your rights. Well, you could stand up for your love rights if you want, but today we're just talking about your rights. Stand up for your own rights. Who remembers that song? Not that, you know what I mean. The actual song, not Aileen's version. My brain is so chaotic today that I just feel as if I can't stick to one conversation. It's very ADHD-like, where somebody's brain is going 100. Now I've not been diagnosed with ADHD, so don't think that I'm mocking it or that I'm trying to say that I've got it. I'm not, but it's very much like that. Like, I was told years ago, and I've told you before, I think, that I was supposed to go and get tested for bipolar. Never ever went, which means I can have very high highs and very low lows when I'm kind of having an episode, a moment, whatever. But I've not been like that for a long time, but I can usually feel it coming on. And I don't feel like that this time. I just feel as if my brain's very chaotic. It's very, I can't stick to one conversation, as I said. All over the place. Like, I was on the phone to my friend Ainsley the other day, and I think within the space of 5 minutes, if that, she was killing herself laughing on the phone. I started one conversation, went to another, then went to another, went back to the first one, went to another conversation, and it just went like that. And then I turned around and I went, oh my God, like, what is going on with me today? And she's just laughing. She's like, if you don't know, I don't know. And that's the way my brain's went again today. So yes, welcome to a day in the life of Aileen. When we call them Aileen moments in my circle, I tell you, it was actually one of my managers that started calling it that. Years and years ago, I had a manager when I worked as a party planner, and I was very, very chaotic back then because I was very much in the depth of my mental health struggles. And whenever I would do something a bit unique, we'll say, she'd be like, oh, here's an Aileen moment. But there was very many of them, and they do continue. And I don't talk about them. I kind of suppose point them out on social media when I'm trying to make a video, whether it be a sales video or a advertisement video or just a general video. I'll point out that, there's an Aileen moment. Or Aileen being Aileen, because that seems to be the thing. Aileen is just, listen, I'm very unique. I'm sure many people think I'm like Marmite. I don't know. I don't really have many, in inverted commas, haters as such that I know of. I mean, I suppose, how do you know if somebody doesn't like you? See, there I go again. I've went off topic. We're supposed to be talking about curveballs. Not even just talking about my mum's mental health. I've had many curveballs throughout the years. Like, I've told you before, I had to close down one business due to my health, my physical health. And yeah, some people may just think, oh my God, I need to shut down my business. That's it. I can't do anything and I'm not well. But instead of doing that, when I could see my mental health, that's because we're talking about mental health, my physical health was starting to take a dip, or declining, should I say. I knew I had to have a backup plan, so I retrained. And then by the time I was about a year away from shutting down the original business, I started up my therapy business. Then, like I said, about a year later, shut down the other one, or slowly shut down, should I say, the original business. Then added this in as a sideline, which also works along with my therapy business. Then added in business coaching and some holistic therapies. Then decided to do a business coaching podcast as well. Which, don't worry, they've missed an episode as well this month due to Helen's health. So it's not just you. So yeah, it's about finding alternate routes, finding plan B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. However plans you need to make them. Who says one plan has to stay on the same path that you initially decided it was to go on. So maybe you decided that you were going to rent for 6 months and then look at buying. If you end up renting for 2 years, what's the problem? You still get a roof over your head. If you thought that you were going to be married by the time you were 25, but you're at 25 and you're still single, what's the problem? Marriage isn't the be all and end all. Yeah, settling down with somebody would be lovely, and finding your life partner would be amazing. But just because it's in your vision doesn't mean to say it has to happen when you envisioned it. It may take a bit longer. It may happen sooner. And these are all perfectly fine. You just have to realise that every checkpoint doesn't have to be exactly how you imagined it. And your life journey doesn't have to be exactly how you dreamt it when you were younger. If I tell you, I don't think anybody, and I'm not saying I've had the worst life, there's many people out there who've had a much worse life than me, but I've definitely had many tricky moments, and it's not the plan that I would have had for myself if I had planned my life. I don't plan. The only thing that I plan in life is I do a 12-month plan to do with business every year. That's it. I don't sit and say, well, by this point I want to be here. By that point I want to have grey hair and a bob. And on that day I want to be here, there, now. Do you know what I mean? I don't plan because I just go with the flow. I think there's some parts of life where I'm maybe too easy-ozy. But again, not a bad thing, because you can't be disappointed. If you don't plan every part of your life, you can't be disappointed. And yeah, you may have intense moments that aren't great, but then think of the highs that you didn't plan and you didn't realise you were going to get that happen, how they feel even more special because you didn't expect them. So yes, that is Aileen's TED Talk. Is it a TED Talk? Listen, Aileen speaks. Does anybody ever listen? I don't know, because nobody in this house does. But yeah, I didn't want to miss another episode, even though this one's a bit chaotic. I just know you want to hear my dulcet tones. I know you love that Glasgow accent. I bought myself a cup on TikTok, and it says my mental breakdown cup, and that it came today, and it definitely came on the right day. I'm not having a mental breakdown, I just want to point that out, but it did make me go, yeah, Aileen, this is a cup for you. This was made for me. I was reading some of the statements on it that are printed on it, and I was like, yep. And yes, again, that will be me. And that, to the point where I was like, I think this cup was actually made for me. Do you ever get that? You just resonate with something so much, you just think, that was made for me. Or that song's about me. Or that song's about my life. Or that film. That's how I see my life being. I mean, at the very minute, I would be quite happy to get through life in one piece. That would be great. Thank you kindly, sir. So, who's got the kiddies that are being threatened with Santa every day? I remember the days. Obviously mine are adults now, so they just laugh at me when I try and get them into trouble. My son was out for his Christmas night out last weekend, and he got warned, you dare try and walk home from your night out and you're grounded for life. I just went, I don't go anywhere anyway. I thought, okay, that's a very good point. So yes, he went for his night out, and I was astounded that he was in quite early. He was actually in about 3 hours earlier than I expected him to be in. What else has happened? We've got an awful storm just now. I've had to lie the bins down so they don't topple and scatter everywhere. I'm trying to get organised for the Christmas podcasts, because they they in themselves take it out in me sometimes, because there's days where I might need to record 2 and 3 at a time, but it's not just the recording. See, if it was just the recording, it'd be absolutely fine, but it's the recording, the editing, the uploading, the making sure that you've got everything right, you've got all the times right, you've got all the dates right, you've got yeah, it's a lot, and it can be very draining. But again, that's life, and I chose to do it, so suck it up, buttercup, is what I should be saying to myself. Oh, I've got a house to go and view on Monday, so please keep everything crossed for me. It's actually on the cheaper end of the scale, which I'm quite surprised at, which makes me think there's something wrong with it. And I think one of my old school friends might stay next door, which, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's not somebody I'm still in contact with now, but I know he stays in the street, or he did stay in the street. I don't know if he's still there. I know it's not his house, because, say for example, the house was on the right hand side, he's on the left hand side. Do you know what I mean? So yes, that's it. I thought I was going to get to see my dad before Christmas, but that's not going to happen now. So we'll need to see him in January or something, maybe, I don't know. And I've not won the lottery yet. We did have high hopes of that lottery win in 2025. But yeah, again, Lottery HQ said, computer said no. Not today, not now, maybe sometime in the future. Just keep trying, just keep giving us your money, and we'll keep taking it. But yeah, I feel as if I'm all congested. So if I sound congested, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's kind of it. I don't think I'm doing any more Christmas shopping for me, because, well, apart from eating, we've got no money left. I need to go and do the food shop. I need to do an actual food shop. My son's got the left, whatever was left in the cupboards for their dinner tonight. The cupboards and the fridge and the freezer. And just do a mashup of dinner. But yeah. Oh, I went and bought this wrapping paper. Sorry for harping on, right? But I bought this Christmas wrapping paper. I thought I was getting an absolute bargain, because it said it was so many metres, 25. I don't even know how many metres it said. I thought, oh, that's an absolute bargain for the price that it was for how much is there. And I came, and the length of the roll is like half the size of a normal length of roll of wrapping paper. And I was like, yeah, that's not a bargain. My son just laughed at me. But I just don't know what to do with myself. I think I'm kind of, I don't know, I think I'm just going to leave it at that for today, because I genuinely have nothing in the tank today. I really, really don't. I will try and do an extra episode at some point this week and put it up for you, but I just didn't want to miss another episode. But please, if you do feel as if life is getting too much and you don't know what to cut out or what to miss out or what to hold back on, feel free to send me a message. Let's talk it through. Let's see where your priorities are, and let's see what you can, even if you skip something for a day or only do half the job today and a half next week or whatever else, just take care of yourselves. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of anybody else, whether it be your children, your partner, your parents, your whoever. So look after yourselves whilst looking after others. But also, if anybody does want to either come on the podcast or come on the Christmas episodes, send me a message. You can email rebootyourthoughtspodcast@gmail.com. If you would like to book in for counselling or coaching, or even any of the holistic therapies, head over to therebootsanctuary.com. You can get all the details on there, or you can find the WhatsApp button and you can send me a message. We can have a quick chat. Just to let you know that if you've never booked in with me before, we do an initial phone consultation, which is absolutely free, no obligation, no big sell, I don't do sales. It's not in my nature. I don't like it. Nope. So you won't get the big hard sale. Don't worry about that. Also, I do have gift vouchers available. If you don't know what to get somebody for Christmas, I can either do a virtual gift card or I can do one for you to hand to them, wrap up, whatever. If you go on to social media, you'll be able to see, so it'll be the Reboot Sanctuary social media, you'll be able to see a video I've put up regarding gift cards. If you are interested, and you just choose how much you want to put on it, I'll load it up and get it out to you, or you can collect it if you're nearby. But I think that's all I'm going to do today, because I think I might be 1, overtired, 2, very unorganised, and 3, I feel as if I'm wondering if I'm coming down with something. I thought I had a migraine since Saturday, and it was still kind of lingering this morning, but I did say to my mum a couple of times, I don't know if it is a migraine or if I've actually picked up a bug. And obviously we've been in the hospital every night. There's a high possibility I did pick up a bug while I'm there, so I'm just kind of trying to keep an eye on that. Hopefully it's not going to be anything that's going to hold me back for too long, because I'm sure you are all going to miss my singing like a hole in the head. But yes, I'm going to go for now. Please, everybody, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, reach out, whether it be to me, your GP, or a friend or family member, whoever, colleague. If you do feel like you need to talk about something, or you don't know what to do in certain situations, or how to find yourself some time, what can you cut out to find time? Let's talk. But for now, I'm going to go, and I think I'm actually going to go to my bed, because, and it's only 6 o'clock, but I do think there's a possibility I'm going to be in my bed in the next half hour. But yes, I will go for now, and I will try and play catch up at some point later in the week. And if not, I will 100% be back next Wednesday, because even if Helen ends up in hospital, I can't miss another episode. So take care for now. Reach out if you need to, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.